Well, you're not only a Scarborough star, you're a Toronto star. DJ Ron Nelson says, show Ron some love, 416-860-0987. You can text us, Toronto. Right now, we got to get back into the music. Back with Ron in just a few. Fireboy, DML, Peru. Let's go. Patrice Roberts, Fall in Love, featuring Timo, Flow 98.7, Toronto's hip hop and R&B. It's Red in the Morning. And we have a legendary DJ Ron Nelson hanging out with us.
Legendary, thank you.
Legendary. This is like a full circle moment. We talked about that. Ron Nelson, big tings. You know it's big when you get a Scarborough star. You know it's big.
It's bigger than I thought it would be, though.
It's huge.
I underestimated how huge it was because, again, I'm humble. I'm grateful, especially when I'm older. It's like you appreciate things more.
Right.
I said one thing that was the key, and it sounds a little morbid, but in our community, a lot of us are used to giving people their props after they pass away. And I think it's a good thing that when you get flowers for your achievements and your hard work, you get them when you're still on this earth and healthy and alive, and it makes a big difference. It's like, somebody passing away, like a parent or something, and you wish you had a chance to say goodbye, and because you didn't, it's going to haunt you forever. It's one of those things. If you're going to give somebody flowers, give it to them when they're alive. Don't wait until they die.
Right. I like that.
I don't mean to be morbid, but you know what I mean?
No, it's true.
I just turned 60, right? And I'm appreciative that I'm still on this earth. I survived COVID. I'm still here. I'm still healthy. I still feel good. And getting this honor, as I said, it was a great thing. But it also, after I read all the comments, they were the kind of things people say after somebody dies, like after a funeral.
Yikes. Right.
Seriously, and I don't say that with any disrespect to anyone. I appreciate all
but
the
they were
love.
talking about you like you were like
feeling.
Weren't even there, like you were there, but
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling, and it's because people are reaching as deep down inside themselves as they can to sincerely express themselves, and it almost made me teary with some of the responses I've gotten. So I'm very humbled. And Ritz, big up, by the way, man. Like, I didn't get a chance to say hi to you, but
yeah.
Ritz is right there across from me. The three of he's behind the glass.
Right,
yes,
right.
I respect every DJ who works hard and who knows how to mix and, is talented. Got to keep those mixes tight.
Yeah,
you should have seen him last night at Richie's party. I was like, when Ritz came on, I knew he was going to do good, but I was like, yes, that's my Ritz.
Richie B was in the house.
Yeah. I felt
Richie.
really, really good when Ritz, because he was representing for us. Exactly.
You got to represent, man.
Yeah.
And big up Specs as well, because he's represented for years and years. And, all the people that do their thing, and play black music and promote it. Big up, man, because you guys don't get enough credit sometimes. So, and it would take me 5 minutes to name every single person, but I love the music scene here in Toronto. I love being a part of it, and like I said, so much skill, so much talent,
So much. Charlene says here on the text message, tell Ron he made my teen years the best. I was at every concert hall show. LL Cool J, Salt and Pepper, and so many others. Greg from Scarborough says, Reggae Mania, Ron Nelson, the man, the myth, the legend. Greg from Scarborough, big up yourself. Danny says, and back then there was no YouTube, and you did it. You did it, Ron.
YouTube. I will say, I never brought LL Cool J. I was supposed to bring him to a club in Mississauga called Astrolite.
Okay.
And it was LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane, MC Light. There was like 5 big artists on the show. And then the venue burnt down.
Ooh.
Yeah. And that was it for the LL Cool J. That would have been my biggest show. And looking back, even though I think it was arson by the owners and stuff like that.
Ron Nelson!
Well, they're not around to get me anymore. Listen,
Nelson!
I opened up a business account before that show, and the very first check I wrote was to Astrolite for $5,000.
Right.
After that fire happened and stuff, here I am, a little guy, with no big lawyer and stuff. They gave me back $1,500 from their insurance. And years later, I thought, I got ripped off. Like, why didn't I get back all of my money? I paid them a deposit, and they burned down their building.
So bonfire.
How much of your early concerts do you have video of? Is there any that really exist? Like, I know I've seen some on different shows, but was there much video back then?
It's all owned by Bell Media. They back then there was this thing where we're not supposed to let in photographers, especially videographers. And we would stop them at the door and tell them to go back to their car and put away their cameras. And that was a big mistake in our
Right.
culture. And we didn't even understand why we were doing that. But now everybody wants to see footage for it. I could make money right now if I had footage
Can you
from
imagine?
that era, because people are making documentaries and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and they need the footage. It's hard to recreate it, right? And unfortunately, a lot of it is not there. And the
I
people
love when
who
you
have
said
it,
that.
you know, they ain't giving it up at this point in time. So
Or they don't
we're
even
looking
know
for
where it is. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's
Some of
or
it.
it doesn't exist. And like I
Right.
said, it was a big mistake. It wasn't just me that did that. It was all of the black promoters at the time. It's like, no, take your camera back, and then you can come in. And if you're seen taking a picture or
Yes.
much less a video, the security would literally
trouble.
get you and kick you out of the venue.
Right. It's funny you said that. I remember B2K, and I remember it was B2K and Bow Wow, and they had that whole pandemonium, you know?
Yeah.
And the same thing. I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking, let's get a camera crew. And I remember somebody like calling the label and complaining about me.
Really?
Yeah, and I was
Mm.
just like looking back, and for me it was like, wait a minute, and then we're talking about early
Mm-hmm.
2000s. I'm like, let's have the camera crew in the studio, and this is something that if you're not doing now,
Yeah,
you know,
social media's changed the whole thing now. Everybody,
Right.
you know, no one has privacy anymore.
I
remember,
like how you give your little tidbits on your on your IG. I like when you post a pic and then you give like a little happy face, sad face, like you give the story. I felt like
yeah.
I could have read more of those. I think you need to do more of those because
Yeah.
you had me.
Well, thank
you
you
had
for
me
that.
locked into your IG.
Especially during COVID, I think my work on the IG touched a lot of people who
Right.
read a lot more than they usually would do if it was the regular pace of life for them. So people
True.
are able to sit back and reflect. And I think I probably write more than most people I know when it comes to my IG. I mean, the photograph and the video is one thing, but I actually like to write. So and that's
Really?
the problem. People are like, Ron, why are you working on an album? You should be writing a book first, you know. And I'm like, look, this album is my book. I want to have some fun. You know, when you retire, you write that book. I'm not ready to retire yet, so it'll come. But the IG for now is a great kind of thing for me as well, because I get up in the morning, I'm financially stressed, you know, and I got all these problems with my personal life, this, like that. And I'm like, how do I outlet? What do I do? Everyone's asleep right now. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock, 4:30 sometimes. I can't sleep because your nightmares come to you when you try to sleep, and you can't block things anymore that you can block
Right.
when you're awake, right? So you get up early, and guess what? I just go to my phone and I write. And
I just want to hug you. Your nightmares. Come here, Ron.
it's the truth, though.
Talk
It's
to
true.
me.
We all have that. It doesn't matter how things appear on the outside. It's like when you see a perfect couple. Those are the most miserable people on this earth. There is no
On
such
IG.
thing.
On IG, and you're like, her man.
Yeah. Or on the streets.
Yeah.
You know, when you see couples holding hands and they look, oh, don't they look so nice together? Just wait till they get home and they close the door. They're fighting. It's just how things appear, you know?
It is what it is. So we have our Mindset Monday, and this is where we like to motivate, everybody just to get through your week. Is there a tip that you can share with us to motivate us to get us through this week and to do it in a positive way?
Well, yeah. First of all, you can make it if you try, if you work hard, because Canada is actually one of the best places for anyone who has potential to do anything, who has ambition. You know, there's not a lot of closed doors here. So as far as I'm concerned, look at me as an example, okay? Like I said to Red, I just turned 60, right? And I have been working hard all my life, obsessed. I put working hard ahead of my own love life. Now, that's ridiculous, you know, but
Right.
I love my work more than anything else in the whole world. And if you can find something that you enjoy, that will be the best kind of work that you can get, okay? So if you're into music and you're a DJ or you're an artist, you're a manager or a promoter, it doesn't matter what you do, don't give up. Just kind of keep believing in your dreams and work hard. And persistence is part of the key. I get criticized all the time because I tend to start things and then drop them and start and drop and drop. And my friends would tell me, if you stick to doing one thing for a long enough period of time, you will basically outlast a lot of people, and success will come your way if you like what you do and you do it while working hard.